Hey everybody, my name is Frank Mir. I'm here with Jonas Shark, who's going to help me out today, go over some moves. I'm going to go over actually probably a really old school one, my second fight ever in the UFC. I hit a shoulder lock from the bottom on Pete Williams. And it's a move that I actually got, not so much, it's in jiu-jitsu, but it's funny, I used to also, I study so many different arts. It's something I kind of got from a small circle jiu-jitsu, a guy named Wally J. And they do it from their feet, and I found that it was much better, much more easy to apply from the ground, because again, all submissions pretty much take three factors. Again, a lever, a fulcrum, and a base. If you remove one of those, then you have to make up for it by going really, really fast or trying really, really hard, but it's not going to be an efficient technique. So what I did with Pete was he was in my guard, and I was able to get his hands to the mat and start playing the overhook game, right? What he did at that moment was when I hooked up the overhook, he started to pull out. As he pulled out, it was just enough for me to rotate. And now this is when, I'll go this way so you guys can watch, I make a decision usually. I start to pull my hips out and I have my overhook. If you give me the elbow, that signifies that I have an omoplata, which is the more common way that most people go. But Pete, I think, wanted to avoid the omoplata, so he rotated his thumb up. So this is really a move that you have to kind of put yourself in because you don't want me to turn the corner, hit a shoulder lock. So when he did that, I then scooted out my shin and put it across his hips. I put my leg to block his body, and I connected my hands. Now at this point, I don't twist because it's only one motion, and I already have the shoulder compromised. What I do whenever I lock anybody up now in the gym or in the fight I extend my hips. Now that creates the shoulder lock because I'm twisting naturally, just the mechanics of how our bodies are lined up, and my ability to extend my hips and push my opponent away from me, and you'll notice, causes me now to be able to tear the shoulder. It opens up at a very strange angle. I have a base because my legs are not allowing Jonas to drive forward. I have my fulcrum, which is his elbow. Rotate your thumb up. Yeah. He tried to pull out. Let's give me the thumb up. And now the lever is his hand behind my back, and that's why I'm extending forward. So I'll do it again from this angle so you guys can see what's going on. So that's a simple way that every time I'm in a fight, I don't want people to be able to post on me. I don't like that. So instead of being very dynamic, and I could do all kinds of stuff, it's surprisingly easy that I just pull people's hands. I pull it forward, and then I use my body to make sure now I'm blocking the arm. This is very important for me. So then I wrap the overhook. Now, Pete tried to pull his arm out, thumb up. By doing so, I then hip exited. My hips came out. I locked up the maneuver, and then by punching down towards my stomach, I created this leverage point that Wally J and them do, but from their feet. Once I did that, I connected my hands, and now I can drive away. I think in the fight, I didn't use my foot. Most of the time in practice, I do. I put my foot on their hip. I have my shin blocking their hips. And now again, if you're just twisting in the gym, it's not gonna be easy. And then if Jonas wants to fight me, now I'm fighting, it's kind of a twisting motion versus his twisting motion. But even when people connect their hands on me, go ahead and put your hands like you're trying to fight. If I use the deadlifting motion, my ability to extend my hips, which anybody can get on a leg press machine and see how strong people are. Their hips are the strongest, joint complex to be able to generate force. That's why people deadlift hundreds of pounds, but trying to bench press, just a different complex. So my ability to extend my hips is where the power's going to generate from, and now I create the shoulder, and it's Americana type style. It's going to rip the top. So that's how I hit we were breaking it down, it was like 15, 16 years ago, a long time ago. You can follow me at the official Frank Mir on my Facebook fan page, Twitter and Instagram is at the Frank Mir, and then my twice weekly show with Richard Hunter and myself we do is Phone Booth Fighting. I have Phone Booth Fighting on Facebook, Instagram, Phone Booth Fight on Snapchat and Twitter, and Jonas?
On Facebook, Jonas Shark, and on Instagram, Jonas Shark.
Yeah, and also too, I commentate now, twice a month. We have ACBs, another one coming up here in Poland. I just left Rostodon. So if you guys are interested, check that out. Some great fights, and then my commentary breaking down fights.